Hey everybody, how's it going? So let's continue on with the Super Pro 70. We found some carbon scoring in this cylinder and we're going to pop the cylinder off, but I thought, why not time it before we do that? So we got the good old drill chuck. I'm going to bring you guys in closer here. There we go. Got the good old drill chuck, anti-vibe washer, and various washers and parts. Let's get this thing on here. Let's time this saw. I know you guys like seeing me time saws, or at least you seem to, so let's time this one. I figure the more times we do this on film, the better, right? Okay. I'm gonna get this all mounted down, rig up a pointer, and we'll get this thing timed. Give me a second here, guys. Okay, I've rigged up a piece of wire with a loop on it, the coil, one of the coil bolts, and a nut just to space it. I'm gonna screw that onto here. Again, guys, we ain't fancy here. There ain't nothing fancy about anything that I do. Make do with what you got. You can't always have all the right tools, etc., etc. So it's like, yeah, some tools you absolutely need, but it's like you can figure out ways to get the job done. Okay, we want to make sure this is good and tight. We don't want any of this kind of stuff moving. Okay, bend our wire. I'm going to move you guys back and we'll get this thing zeroed. Okay, so what I've done here, I looked through the spark plug hole with my 9 million candle power DeWalt light. Okay, just looking for top dead center approximately. We're about at top dead center. So you see the timing wheel is at bottom dead center. I'm going to just turn it to top dead center more or less. Okay, this one actually works out kind of nice because with the oil tank cover off, I can just plop this thing down on the bench and you guys can see it. So kind of nice when a plan comes together. Okay, we're just going to snug that down so the wheel doesn't move. I'm going to get my... Okay, let's cut that off. I'll cut it on an angle to make it a good point. Okay. Bend this out of 90. Now what I do with these after is I actually bag them and I mark them for what they were for so that I don't have to keep making them. Because it's rare. Here, we'll bend this down here. It's rare that one pointer works for two saws. I mean, sometimes you can more or less make it happen. Okay. Again, sometimes I skip through things and I get questions. How did you do that? Okay. There you guys go. We are at top dead center, more or less. Now we will take our piston stop. Once I find my piston stop, it's around here somewhere. Right here. Same one we use. Okay. I'll spin the motor backwards. What are we at right now? 62 degrees, roughly. Okay. Now I'll spin it around the other way. Oh, there's a little bit of run out in our wheel. So again, we're going to have to go back to that and do it again. Okay, 62 degrees. Now spin it the other way. Look at that, guys. We are zeroed. just by eye, I ended up zeroing that. Isn't that funny? I'm not that good. That was purely luck. 62. I'm going to move this pointer so that it's a better view for me and for you guys. I like it right over top. Okay, sorry if my head's in the way. I'm just looking so that, oh, see, this wheel's got a little bit of run out in it right now. No biggie. Okay. Again, I'm just going to fumble through this and show you guys. It's not rocket science. Just, you know, just take your time. Okay, we'll put that one back to 62 and see what we got here. They should line up on both sides. 61, so 61 and a half. Again, you probably want to hold your piston stop with your one hand. 61. Okay, so this one looks like it wants to be about 61 degrees. So again, just bend it with your finger until it lines up. We're going to do it one more time and then we will lock this down. 61 and a half. See, you just got to keep going round and round and round until it lines up both ways. Now, I'm going to put my wrench on here and I'm going to start tightening this down because I think it's actually moving. Okay? And again, if you don't feel comfy with this, then buy a screw-in piston stop that won't move. I'm not saying my way, oh, let me just move this. Okay, I'm not saying my way is the only way, because it's not. It's the way that I use. So if this way doesn't work for you, find a better way for you. This works better when you're not filming too. There's something about filming. Okay, 62. Okay. I would say we are bang on. Now I'm going to hold the flywheel with one hand. I'm going to reef this down. Now it did move a little bit. Okay. But we know where it needs to be. So I am literally just going to pull it with my hands. Spin it this way. Again, I'm trying to do this on video for you guys so you guys can see it. It's a lot easier if the perspective is different, but then you guys can't see it. So this isn't about me, it's about you guys learning. Okay? However long this takes, that's how long I will spend doing it. Because this is the most important part of timing a saw. 61 and 61. Okay. That probably took way longer than I wanted it to, but them are the brakes. Okay. I am going to set you guys up in my new tripod on the bench so that you guys can see. I want to try this new tripod. Okay, guys. Here's our exhaust port right here. Remember to spin it in the direction of travel, okay? So here's our exhaust port. We've done this many times on film, but I like to show you guys what I do. Let's turn the lights off here. Okay, guys. I have my light set up here. Here's your exhaust port. Here, we'll open it for you guys. Okay, you see the light going through there. We are at bottom dead center right now. Keep turning it. We're going to time the exhaust. Top dead center. Somewhere around 100 this is going to open, I reckon. Okay, see the ray of light? First ray of light is how I time these. Okay, where does it open? Right about there. .100 degrees. Okay, let's do it 3 times. Boom, top dead center. Right there. Keep turning it around. First ray of light. 100 degrees. After, top dead center. Okay? Do that 3 times, guys. Now I'm going to write that down in my book. Exhaust is at 100 degrees after top dead center. Okay, I'm going to spin you guys around and let's do the intake now. 100 degrees is pretty spicy timing for a saw this old. I know why these things run good. Okay guys, here's your intake port. I'm going to not take that boot off if possible. Okay, piston's open, closed. Let's turn it in the direction of travel. So the piston is closed. Bottom dead center. Piston starts coming up. Where does it open? See, open, close. So what you want to do is you just eyeball about where it opens. Again, guys, it's all an eye thing. What do we got here? 60 degrees, okay? 60 degrees before top dead center, okay? Now what you want to do, you want to write that down, do this 3 times. Now, okay, if it opens at 60, where does it close? Okay, let's close it right there. Right there, okay? Weird. It also closes at 60 on the wheel, right? That's 60 degrees. It did move a little bit, but right there, okay? It closes at 60 degrees after top dead center. So if it opens at 60 and closes at 60, what is our duration? 120 degrees of duration. Okay, now I'm going to try and get you guys set up. Let's see if we can see the transfers in this here machine and let's time them. Okay guys, now this is the hardest part to do. I'm going to stick my screwdriver in here. You see that right there? That is the primary transfer port. That's the secondary. I'm not sure if I can. There you guys go. You guys see the transfer ports? Okay. I'm going to turn the wheel. Now the transfer ports open after the exhaust. So we are at top dead center. Exhaust opens at about 100. Now, where do the transfers open? Again, guys, this is something I'm going to do it through the screen. Right there. I don't know how well you guys can see this. I'm trying to get the light in such a way. Okay. Okay, there's your transfers. Right there. Okay. Now, put the autofocus back on. $110, $115, $16, $117 degrees after top dead center. Okay, we're gonna write all this down and the squish, and let's talk about it. Okay, guys. Here is our timing numbers. McCulloch, Super Pro 70, Squish, 46 thousandths. Yowzers, that's a lot. Not much we can do with that on a clamshell, guys. So you got to work with what you got. Exhaust, at 100 degrees it opens, after top dead center, 160 duration. Remember, 100 times 2 is 200. 360, which is the total degrees of rotation, minus 200 is 160. Transfers open at 117. You guys have asked me, I typically do not do duration on my transfers. To me, and again, it's of no consequence to me how long they're open. Where they open is more of a consequence, depending on the saw. I've had that question. Intake, 60 degrees before top dead center. 60 times 2 is 120. That is not good. I mean, these things run. You can't argue with the numbers, guys. That's why I port with a timing wheel. Okay, I'm going to put you back in the tripod and let's talk about it. Okay, guys. Well, as always, I'm going to have to think about this thing before I port it. I don't just willy-nilly grind on stuff unless it's a saw I've done before. That's why I write everything down and I write notes and I grade my own saws. Every saw I build is not spectacular. It's not. Some of them I build, I go, man. For example, here's how honest I am. This 272, the one we built on the channel, the turd saw, one of the original turd saws. Okay. This is a saw that I'm not particularly happy with, and it's still here for a reason. I'm probably going to put a different top end on it. I went in one direction with this build, I ran it, and now I think I'm going to go in a different direction. Also, this cylinder, there's some issues going on. This piston has a lot of small scores on it. Find minute scratches when you're breaking in a ported saw. That's super common. You're going to get that, guys. But this one, it's bad. It runs fine. This saw runs like a scalded cat. You cut softwood with this thing, and it pulls and pulls and pulls. This thing, tuned to the utmost limit, will pull 12,500 RPM in the cut, but it lacks torque. So I'm not happy with the numbers on this build. If you were a pulpwood cutter, a softwood cutter, you'd probably love this saw. I cut everything. Don't get me wrong, guys. This thing absolutely rips, but I think it could be better. So in the future, I'm going to order a top end and a piston, and we are going to go down a different road with this saw. So, okay. Again, perfectly honest here. Most of the saws I build, I really like, but occasionally I do build one that, it's just all right. So this McCulloch here, I've never been inside one of these. I still got to take it apart. We got to clean that piston up. I am going to order a new piston for it. But let's clean this piston up and we're going to port this thing. We might as well. I'm already in there, guys. I guess I could put it back together, but tell me guys, what do you think? I'm kind of on the fence. I kind of just want to port this thing. It would be nice to run it stock though. So we won't know if we can port it until we take this top end off. So we are going to do that. I don't like the timing numbers on this saw stock. The exhaust is a good number. 100. If you time an 044, the exhaust is at about 100 stock. I think with no base gasket, it'll be about 100. 102. Transfers will open about 20 degrees later, and the intake, I think, is around 70, 71 on an 044. So, this thing, if you compare the numbers, the exhaust opens at 100, transfers open 17 degrees after at 117, and the intake opens at 60. So, yeah, not the greatest timing numbers, but again, this is an old power saw, old technology, and this is what they did back then. So, and it works. I hear these things shred, so, but I'm going to make it better. I have to. I want to port Max, guys. I want to port everything. I want to port Poulin's, Max, Home Lights. I'd like to find a Shindawa, Echoes, Stills, Huskies, Johnson Reds. It's more fun for me and it's more fun for you guys. So it's like, the more diverse this channel is, the better, I think, because not everybody likes the same brand, not everybody can afford the same saws, and not everybody is interested in the same saws. So the more saws that we can work on this channel, I think it's win-win. It's win-win for me because it's going to keep me entertained, and I like to show you guys what I do. So deep thoughts about this saw. Because it's a clamshell, guys, I can't just put the cylinder in my lathe and drop it. Because the top of the bearings is the bottom of the cylinder. So that would take some very precise machining, I reckon. Now, maybe we could do that in the future, but we got to see, can we get these things running without machine work? Or it'll need machine work. I haven't decided yet. So this is my thought process. This is kind of where I'm at right now in my mind. And I like to let you guys know what I'm thinking. We got to pop this top end off and have a look at this piston. I want to show you guys carbon scoring. And typically a saw is going to score on the hot side. So let's have a look inside this cylinder in the next installment of this saw, and let's talk about scoring and where it occurs and why it occurs and all that kind of stuff. Because this saw has all the scoring types that you see. We're going to clean it up and we're going to slap it back together and we're going to run it. Why not? What if you can't get a piston for your saw? Can you just clean up what you got? Well, let's find out. All we can do is try, guys, and I'm always willing to show you guys what I'm doing. I always say I got nothing to hide, because at the end of the day, guys, this is just fun. It's fun for me. This is my hobby, and I enjoy it, and I'm always learning. And if I do something wrong, I'll show you guys, because that is the journey of being a power saw builder. Every saw you build is not going to run perfect. You're going to blow saws up, and I keep saying it because it's true. You will blow saws up, guys. It happens. If you don't blow saws up, you ain't trying hard enough, is my, you know, and some guys would say, well, you know, I'm not trying to get into an argument, but it's like to push the limits and see what performance you can get out of a saw. Sometimes you got to run the ragged edge of sanity. Like that home light I built for Bucking. Those timing numbers are on the ragged edge of sanity on that saw. That's why I won't, I'm not sharing them with you guys. I've had lots of emails asking about those timing numbers. Those things are ragged edge of sanity. A hair either way and the saw won't run kind of idea. So it's like, you get into trouble doing that kind of stuff real quick. Now, I had 9 or 10 of them here, so to me it was like, let's see if we can do this. And we ended up with one that ran good. So sometimes you got to do that, guys, just to see. And we're going to do that with this. Hoping to find more McCulloughs of this age. There are none for sale here. Maybe I'll find somebody that has a bunch of them in a shed or something. But for now, I have the ProMac 55 and this to roll with. So, and that's awesome. And thank you. Thank you, Jack Fly. Thank you, Caleb. Caleb sent us this saw, and I appreciate it. It's awesome. And I can't wait to have a look-see inside this. So I'm going to get going on that. We're going to call this the end of the video. As always, guys, thanks for coming here. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate the emails, the comments, the gifts in the mail. I got another box in the mail today, guys. Thank you. You guys are just, I don't even know how to put it into words, the outreach of support for this channel. And this channel's growing in leaps and bounds, and you guys are making it grow. I'm just doing what I do. So this YouTube thing is an absolute trip, and I'm enjoying it. So thank you to everybody for coming here. We're just going to keep getting better and better. I promise you that. Anyhow, as always, thanks for watching. Take her easy. Later, guys.